Hi everyone! We are back again after last month's technical difficulties. I'm sorry about that. But we are here for our March book review video. And this month we'll be looking at two books that I had wanted to share last month. But obviously that didn't work out. So we will be looking at Charles Ethan Porter, Master Still Life Painter, and John Singer Sargent, The Male Nudes. So I hope you enjoy these. They're small but really interesting books, and let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so we are going to get started with this book on Charles Ethan Porter. This book is called Charles Ethan Porter, African American Master of Still Life. So I thought this would be an interesting book to share with you guys because I actually did not learn about Charles Ethan Porter until I learned of this book. So that's kind of one reason that I love art books, because I have discovered new artists just by kind of looking through them and taking the time to do my research. So it's really interesting. This book is set up with a biography running through it. I will say this is probably one of the most comprehensive biographies you'll find on Charles Ethan Porter from what I researched. There might be more books out there that I just did not come across in the time that I was looking up information on him. But I think it's fairly comprehensive. I think most of it is based on letters and correspondence they were able to find that they knew to be his. But I'll get on telling you about Charles Ethan Porter. So, Charles Ethan Porter, a quick disclaimer, not a ton is known about him, as you know we are still kind of constantly discovering new information and new letters that he has written. So I do apologize if any of my information is inaccurate. I did try to do my best to verify it all, but as I said, it's not. He was not the most well-known painter, and a lot of information is kind of coming to light more recently. Because thankfully there were people who collected his work and preserved information about him. So, let's get started. He was an accomplished watercolor and oil painter. He mostly painted still lifes and landscapes. He was the first African American to attend the National Academy in New York, which is pretty impressive. And he is rumored to have possibly taught William Merritt Chase, which I thought was very interesting. Also, at one point he had a studio set up in Hartford, Connecticut, and while he lived there, he actually sold paintings to Mark Twain and Frederic Edwin Church. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It's quite an impressive collector list there. So we are getting to the end of this book, and of course I will write up more about him in the description, so be sure to check that out because we have now reached the end of this small but very good book. Okay, now we are going to look at this book on John Singer Sargent, The Male Nudes. This is a very small but very beautiful book, great image quality. So let's just go ahead and get started. I have not read this one. I am not sure. It's probably it's a book that's a little bit more scholarly, and therefore I usually find them not the most exciting to read, to be honest. So I can't tell you if the written content is particularly exciting, but I do really like the image quality and the image content, and these charcoal drawings are just beautiful. Many of these were actually studies done for, especially the later ones, were studies done for his Boston Public Works mural paintings. Probably not the proper term, but so a lot of these are studies for that, especially the ones that he eventually does, and we will get to soon, of Thomas E. McKellar. Yeah, Thomas E. McKellar, who was a bellhop at the hotel Sargent was staying at, I believe. But so it's really interesting to kind of get to see his studies and his process in this. And another interesting fun fact, he actually had an Italian model whose name I will butcher if I try to pronounce it, but I will put in the description, who began modeling for Sargent when he was 19 and actually continued to model for him for 26 years. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I also thought it was interesting that a lot of these works did kind of get forgotten because nude images of men were considered pornographic at the time. Here's Thomas E. McKellar, by the way. Another painting of Thomas E. McKellar, quite a popular one, I know. But so yeah, these were considered pornographic and therefore not of any interest. We didn't want to. These were not wanted to be looked at by the public. So short book. We've already come to the end. Check out the description for more info on Sargent, and yeah, there you have it. Hi everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. For those of you that have made it to the end of this video, I have a quick announcement, and that is that next month of April 2021 will be my last book review video. I've really enjoyed doing these with you guys, and I'm just simply running out of time and books to share them, but always feel free to reach out to me with any art book related questions or just book related questions. I do love all books, and I'll be happy to chat with you guys. So join me for next month, our last book review video. I'll try to make it extra interesting for you guys, fingers crossed. And I'll see you then.